Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the ground you're standing on right now? We spend our lives looking up at the sky, the stars, the heavens. But what if humanity's greatest secrets were never hidden above us? What if they were buried deep below? Across ancient legends and forgotten histories, there are whispers of hidden pathways beneath the earth, places built for survival, for worship, and for secrecy. Underground cities where thousands lived, sacred tunnels sealed for centuries, and massive complexes carved into solid rock with no clear explanation. From Turkey to the Americas and beyond, these buried worlds tell a single, powerful story. Humans have always trusted the underground with their most important secrets. Today, we begin our journey into the hidden world beneath our feet. Our story starts in the 1960s, in the historic region of Cappadocia in central Turkey. A local man was renovating his home when he decided to knock down a wall in his basement. But instead of finding stone foundations, he uncovered a dark, empty space, a tunnel. Curiosity got the better of him, and he stepped inside. That single tunnel led to another, and then another, descending deeper and deeper into the earth. What he had discovered was not a simple cave, but the entrance to an entire underground city that had been sealed and forgotten for centuries. Today, we know this place as Derinkuyu. Derinkuyu is mind-boggling. It reaches nearly 280 feet below the surface, containing at least 18 known underground levels. To put that into perspective, that's like an upside-down skyscraper. Archaeologists estimate that up to 20,000 people once lived here, along with their livestock, their food supplies, and their water sources. This was not a temporary shelter, it was a fully functional, self-sustaining city carved directly into volcanic rock. Inside, there are kitchens with ovens, storage rooms, deep wells, large communal halls, churches with vaulted ceilings, and even schools. But what makes Derinkuyu truly astonishing is its brilliant engineering. Massive circular stone doors, some weighing over half a ton, could be rolled shut from the inside, sealing off entire sections of the city like giant, impenetrable locks. The most ingenious part, though, is the ventilation system. A network of vertical shafts, some over 180 feet long, carried fresh air all the way down to the deepest levels. Even today, thousands of years later, many of these air shafts still function perfectly. Historians believe the city dates back more than 2,000 years. It was carved using simple hand tools. Modern engineers admit that recreating such a structure today, with all our advanced technology, would still be an immense challenge. So, the big question is, why was it built? The common theory is defensive massive refuge from the constant threat of invasions by Persians, Romans, or Mongols. But if this was only a hiding place, why build churches and long-term living spaces? Derinkuyu was designed for extended, underground life, suggesting a purpose far greater than just temporary survival. Even more unsettling is the fact that large portions of the city remain closed off and unexplored. Local legends claim that Derinkuyu connects to other underground cities through miles of hidden tunnels. If that's true, what we see today might just be a tiny fragment of a vast underground network still waiting to be uncovered. Now, let's travel across the world, from the survivalist cities of Turkey to the sacred pyramids of Mexico. If Derinkuyu was built to protect the body, then the hidden tunnels beneath Teotihuacan were created for something far more mysterious. Teotihuacan was once one of the largest cities in the ancient world, home to over 100,000 people at its peak around 1,000 years ago. From the surface, it's famous for its massive pyramids, especially the Pyramid of the Sun and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. For centuries, everyone thought the real show was what you could see. They were wrong. In 2003, after days of heavy rainfall, a sinkhole suddenly opened near the base of the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. An archaeologist named Sergio Gomez cautiously descended into the opening and discovered that it wasn't a natural cave. He had found a deliberately sealed underground tunnel. Massive stones had been placed there intentionally, blocking access for nearly 2 millennia. When Gomez and his team finally managed to enter, they realized they had uncovered a sacred passage leading directly beneath the very heart of the pyramid. The tunnel stretches for about 330 feet and ends in a series of sealed chambers located exactly under the temple's central axis. Inside, the team found thousands of ritual offerings, exquisite jade statues, seashells from distant oceans, finely crafted pottery, and strange, symbolic objects. But the most shocking discovery was something no one ever expected: large pools of liquid mercury, shimmering like an otherworldly river in the darkness of the chambers. Mercury is extremely toxic and incredibly rare. To mine it, transport it, and store it in liquid form would have required specialized knowledge and advanced planning. This single discovery completely changed what historians thought about ancient Mesoamerican technology. So why the mercury? Many researchers now believe it symbolized a sacred river or lake representing the boundary between the world of the living and the underworld. The tunnel's design deepens the mystery even further. Its walls were coated with a glittering powder made from crushed pyrite and hematite. When illuminated by firelight, these minerals reflect light and sparkle like a star-filled sky. It's believed the tunnel was a miniature model of the cosmos. This was not a refuge or an escape route. It was a carefully constructed ritual underworld, a place where heaven and earth met. Scholars believe only elite priests or rulers were ever allowed to enter. Descending into this sparkling, dark passage may have symbolized a journey into the underworld, a way to reenact creation myths and communicate directly with the gods. And after the final rituals were performed, the passage was intentionally sealed, ensuring no one would ever return. The pyramids of Teotihuacan weren't just monuments reaching for the sky. They were gateways, connecting heaven above with the forbidden, sacred world below, a world meant to remain hidden until a rainstorm finally revealed its secrets. Now, from a sacred underworld to a place designed to alter reality itself, high in the Andes Mountains of Peru lies an ancient ceremonial site that reveals a completely different purpose for building underground. This place is called Chavín de Huántar. Flourishing between 1200 and 500 BCE, long before the Inca, this complex was a powerful religious center. Unlike Darincuyu's survival-based design or Teotihuacan's cosmic tunnels, Chavín was built to influence perception, emotion, and belief. At first glance, Chavín looks like a typical stone temple, but beneath the surface, it holds an intricate maze of narrow tunnels, galleries, and hidden chambers unlike anything else in the ancient world. These underground spaces were never meant for living or hiding. Archaeologists are now convinced they were carefully engineered to manipulate sound, light, and the human psyche. Many of the tunnels are extremely tight and disorienting, forcing you to move slowly in near total darkness. Then, suddenly, these narrow passages open into large chambers where sound behaves in unnatural ways. A single voice can echo from multiple directions at once, making it impossible to tell where the sound is coming from. Water played a crucial role in this terrifying experience. A sophisticated hydraulic system ran beneath the complex, allowing water to rush through hidden channels inside the tunnel walls. As the water moved, it produced deep, roaring sounds like a growling jaguar or a clap of thunder. Imagine being deep underground in the dark and hearing the temple itself seemingly roaring around you. It would have felt like the building was alive. At the very heart of this maze, there is a 15-foot-tall stone statue called the Lanzan. It's a terrifying figure, a hybrid deity with a human body, fangs, and hair made of snakes. Archaeologists believe that initiates, likely under the influence of psychoactive plants like the San Pedro cactus, were led through the dark, roaring tunnels before finally encountering this towering god figure. Disoriented by darkness, overwhelming sound, and echoing water, the moment of reveal would have been deeply transformative, even terrifying. This was no accident. Chavín's underground design was a tool of control. The priests used architecture as a form of psychological power, turning fear and confusion into spiritual submission. The tunnels didn't just house belief, they manufactured it. From Darincuyu to Teotihuacan to Chavín de Huántar, these ancient structures reveal a profound, shared human instinct to burrow deep into the earth. They built underground not just to survive, but to connect with their gods, to understand the cosmos, and even to control the human mind. These subterranean worlds challenge our modern assumptions about the limits of ancient technology and the sophistication of their beliefs. And they remind us that some of the most powerful places in human history were never meant to be seen. They were meant to be felt, experienced in the darkness deep beneath our feet. What other hidden worlds are still waiting to be discovered just below the surface? Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the earth. If you were fascinated by these ancient mysteries, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into the unknown. See you next time.